It's Nolan.
Give me room, give me space. When I walk into the place, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Wait, give me room, give me room, give me space. When I walk into the place, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Hey, when I'm in doubt, I bring it back to the south. These label niggas acting fishy too, we treat them like trout. My contract stipulation keep me pleasing the crowd. But if they hatin', I may have to amputate them like y'all. My nigga, who that? Y'all wasn't around for them food stamp. Rockin' steel toes, yeah, around like it's boot camp. Hiding like Osama when my crush started looking till I started slinging wood like a young Paul. Boy, you know my motherfucking minutes. Run game like a scrimmage. Got the fam out the trenches. My potential got no limits. Need change like a commitments. I uphold my commitments. Nigga used to be timid. Now I pledge independence. Been a go. But rappers didn't want to with me. I got the game in a choke. Now they gotta submit. I'm hot as it gets. Dropping payments down on the crib. I kept it solid with my partners and they pockets legit. Yeah. Give me room, give me room, give me space. When I walk into the place, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Wait, give me room, give me room, give me space. When I walk into the place, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music and entertainment commentary and breakdowns. The song you just heard is called Eyes on Straight from my Southside Nolan album. You can check that out on any streaming platform of your choice. You can get on iTunes, or you can go to my website down below in the description, realjnolan.com, and you can purchase it directly from your boy. Now, y'all know the biggest and only story in hip-hop that really matters right now is Drake versus Kendrick. All right. We've been waiting months. We talked yesterday. For those of y'all that caught my re-upload today, I saw all the comments. I saw everybody in the chat. They were like, hey, your mic is giving some feedback. You got a little bit of static. You got this, you got that. So I went and ran it through, some of my proprietary technology. I'm saying this shit like I own it, right? Make it sound real fancy. My proprietary technology. No, but I ran it through. I ran it through this little program or whatever, and it was able to, mitigate a lot of that static and a lot of that, just ambient noise that was kind of messing up the vibe yesterday. So I got that taken out. I re-uploaded it, re-premiered it this morning. So anybody who tuned in for that to get the more clear version, I appreciate y'all tuning in. And be sure to like and share that video, spread that version out so that we can have people viewing, with good listening pleasure. Because I know some of y'all was riding around in your whips, had your goddamn headphones in or whatever you was doing, and was like, hey, man, what's going on? And I couldn't see y'all because I was reading his lyrics. So I do apologize for that, but we rectified the situation and we keep things moving. So be sure to check that out if you didn't see the live. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the video right before this one. All right. Now, as we get into Kendrick Lamar's response with Euphoria, we also have to talk about the response from the industry at large. And of course, the industry we're talking about is the music industry, because that's what we do over here. Now, someone who did come out and voiced a little bit of displeasure with the record was Gillie the Kid yesterday. We played what he said. For some reason, he says that the Kendrick Lamar response was corny. He then went into this whole rant talking about how light-skinned niggas is up and dark-skinned niggas is losing, and it felt really disingenuous. It's one thing to say I didn't like it. I would expect for a rapper like Gillie to come out and give a detailed description as to what he liked, what he didn't like. But, I feel like some of these guys out here, that's when they true character, I won't even say true character, but they true feelings get exposed. It's like you really just speaking because you want to get Drake on your podcast one of these days. That's going to be like your flagship episode to really say you've arrived. And, I'm not going to be mad at homie, because whatever your plan is for your podcast, your show, your business, if Drake is in that business plan at some point, I'm not going to hate on you. Shit, fuck it. That's your bucket list. But we see that reeking when you say stuff like the diss record was corny. I can understand if you said, it's not for me. I will acknowledge some people are not fond of all of the different voices that Kendrick Lamar does on his records. You know, he started the record kind of very mellow, then he jumped into a very high-pitched voice, and then he does all of these different intonations, and not everybody is into that. That's why a lot of people may not necessarily be Kendrick Lamar fans, and they may prefer somebody like a Drake's music because he stays pretty much even. He'll do some accents and shit like that when he gets on other people's records or when he's trying to siphon somebody else's fan base. But for the most part, you know what you're going to get, right? So I can understand why some people may say, the replay value for me isn't there because he's doing all of this different vocal stuff that just isn't all that pleasing to their ear, right? I fuck with Kendrick. I've been listening to him do these voices and shit from day one. I find that to be part of his appeal as an artist because he takes chances and he does things that are kind of outside the box. But I understand if he's too eccentric for some people, right? That's the whole objective for me being who I am, because I can acknowledge the positives, the negatives, the drawbacks, and the appeal for just about anyone. I'm not biased. I just go off of what's presented to me today. Just as Euphoria dropped yesterday and we talked really good about it because it was a very solid diss record. I seen, again, people saying, oh, the glazing is real, the glazing. I don't glaze nobody. If I ain't at motherfucking Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts, or one of the local spots, I don't fuck with glaze, right? If I ain't glazing a salmon with some honey butter or some shit like that, I don't fuck with glaze. Please don't use that word over here on the J Nolan channel. That's going to be an easy way to get your ass served up a plate of humble pie. I ain't going to lie to you. We're going to be all the way real with you. All right? Now, we've got a few other big podcasters out there. Cam and Mase has some things to say. The Joe Budden podcast, you know, they do deep dives. So we're going to go into some of the things that they had to say. Rick Ross actually had a response for Gillie that, I'm going to play for y'all as well, or whatever it is, if he put it on his story or if he said something in actual video. However, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. I think it's going to be best to get to Ricky Rose first, since I did just speak about Gillie and his critique of the record, which wasn't much of a critique other than the fact that he said it was corny. So clearly he didn't like it. But let's get to Ricky, see what he had to say. We all know he's Team Kendrick. He's going up against Drake. So there's not going to be much objectivity there, but I do want to hear what he had to say nonetheless. All right. So upon further review, that nigga Rick Ross wasn't saying too much of nothing. He said, hoes hurt. Ha! So he basically said, Gillie the kid, you acting like a hoe. Clearly your feelings is hurt. And I'm quite sure that's going to rekindle some words between these two guys, because last year they had it out for each other for a nice saga, at least like 2-3 weeks. They was going back and forth, going crazy. So he didn't have much to say, but he said hoes hurt. Now, what some of this discourse around the Kendrick Lamar Euphoria record did create is it's kind of placing a line in the sand. I saw some people in the comments yesterday that felt like Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar, kind of questioning Drake's black authenticity was a bit over the line. I wonder what that is, because if you're alleging that a man is his wife is cheating on him, that's not over the line, right? Which is what Drake did. He wanted to plant the seed of doubt that your wife is cheating on you. He said his wife's name in the song, same way he did with Pusha T. But nobody says that's over the line, right? Nobody says that the sanctity of a man's marriage is too sacred to bring up in rap beef. So when the idea of a Drake, somebody who grew up in a suburban neighborhood, raised by a white mother, who grew up with a very effective Jew-fro, there's actually footage of Drake out there in his late teen years saying the word nigga with the hard ER. He actually said nigger, right? One of the hardest niggers in the rap game or some shit like that. So when he gets questioned for his blackness, I don't think that's out of line. Right? Now, I understand I've got some people on here that are biracial and they may have white parents or whatever the case may be. And it's definitely a tough thing to tiptoe. And I've talked about colorism, and I'm not always on the side of colorism on my channel. But I think it's a valid inquiry to say, hey, I won't say that Kendrick is saying Drake is white. He's just saying, I ain't always comfortable with you saying nigga. Right? And of course, if we're talking about that video of him saying nigger, yeah, we might not need to be so motherfucking comfortable with this nigga using the word. Cause there was a point in time where you used to say it the way that we're not really supposed to. So here's the video for those of y'all that have not seen it, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be out here spreading lies and vicious rumors, right? So here we go.
There's somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigger, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He opened for Jay. Yo, that's that nigger, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing.
Yo, that's that nigger, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. Yo, that's that nigger.
Hold up. It's your boy Lil Jon, right? They trying to take this thing to another level.
Hey, we gotta stop that. We gotta stop. All right, that was too much. Hold on, let me take this shit off my screen. That's y'all saw it with your own two eyes. You heard it with your own two ears. For those that were not familiar, this was going viral a couple weeks ago after Rick Ross said what he had to say. So clearly he was still finding his footing on how to even talk black. And I'm not one to even put that title on speech, but we just saw that right there. He was trying to code switch and put his rapper black code speech on, and he fumbled the bag. You know what I mean? So that's not something that Kendrick made up. That's not something that Rick Ross made up. That's him. All of a sudden you became a pro at saying nigga on your songs, but coming out, you was using the ER. You was in the emergency room with it. Literally. So I don't think it's out of line to pull that play, especially when, what do you think Drake is doing? Drake is going to be digging up any and everything that he can do to find chinks in Kendrick Lamar's armor. We're not talking about Drake, somebody that's this super honorable person, because when he said I let it ring like Virginia Williams and nobody knew who the fuck he was talking about, when it came to Pusha T said, oh, you want to talk about a nigga wife. We didn't have to go there, but since love interests and personal life is on the table, you want to go low? Let's go to hell, right? That's just where it goes. Right? He wanted to pull he pulled the same stunt with Kendrick. He wanted to say the man's wife name, Whitney. Had so many people that was trying to refute me. He's talking about Bodyguard. Yeah, it's called a double entendre. He's talking about the Bodyguard, and he's talking about Whitney. When Drake wants to emphasize something, he's going to stretch and elongate the vowels in the word. So you know who I'm talking about if nobody else does. And we know that Kendrick's wife or girlfriend, I don't know if they're exactly married, is named Whitney because he said it all over the the Big Steppers album. But that was within what they consented to do. So be with some bodyguards like Whitney. Now you're trying to solidify doubt that she might be sleeping with Kendrick's bodyguard or somebody's bodyguard. But getting into your ethnic background is where some people want to draw the line. I respect everybody that brought that up too, but I just don't think that's valid, especially when niggas want to get in the mud. This is what they do, right? This is why J. Cole went ahead and hit that motherfucking, that red daddy on Friday. You want some of this too, old man? Nope. Get your ass in this car. I don't know why you come around messing with these people. My nigga said, hey man, I'm good, fam. I'm good. I'm not cheesing, fam. I am not cheesing, fam. Oh man. So I just wanted to address that because I did see some people that were very dead set on backing Drake up on that, and I think you could have backed him up on a stronger case than that. Right? Rick Ross calling him white boy. I don't even think it's really a racial thing. Of course, calling somebody white is racial. But Ross knows he's black. But to him, he's a white boy because he is jumping into black culture, code switching into black American culture whenever he feels like it, and can basically turn his back on it at any point if that's what he chooses to do, because he did live a life before he actually jumped into this. As we can see, he wasn't even sure on how to fucking say the word nigga. But he was listening to Jay-Z. Now, let's get into these guys in the industry that also had things to say. I just wanted to address that because I saw comments. And again, I respect everyone's thoughts. But I just think there could be, it's rap beef, man. If Drake didn't want that to be called into question, he probably shouldn't have got involved. That's all I can say. Now let me see where this Cam and Mase thing is, because they said that they didn't really like Kendrick's diss either, which I find very interesting, man. A lot of the guys with pods, a lot of the guys that think that they might get a little favor from the boy, they definitely in his favor. So let's see what the old heads got going on, man.
In the Euphoria today, maybe put on a green suit.
How you felt about that?
Oh man, it was interesting.
Did you like it?
I thought it was cool.
Who's winning? How about that? That's a better question. Who's winning the battle to you right now?
Oh man, Drake is definitely winning from an MC standpoint. It took a while for us to get the record from Kendrick, and when you wait a while, it gotta be like out of this world. I think if Kendrick dropped this record right after dropping Give Me 50, it would have been crazy.
But like immediate, not waiting.
If it was immediate, then it would have been crazy. But we waited.
Been a couple weeks. Been a few weeks.
Yeah, to get this. Pause.
I don't know, man.
What do you think?
I think Drake is winning. Euphoria didn't really it didn't really move me. I'm not saying, because you know why I'm expecting lyrics from Kendrick Lamar. It isn't like I'm not saying he's an lyricist, so you're expecting certain things, and song was kind of long, took too long to came out, pause. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just, if you actually,
it was a good record. It was a good record, but
yo, we're deducting points because the record is long, but since when we do that? Like, Curtis wasn't the shortest song. Did a lot of talking on it. And I'm talking about Cam when he went at 50. Right? Like, Hit 'Em Up ain't the shortest song. He rapped for 6 minutes, but niggas got patience for 6 minutes. He went through 3 beats. Like, this is hip hop. This is jacking for beats. Like Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? And again, I'm not saying this because I'm taking Kendrick's side. I would say the same thing if somebody said this remark about Drake's record, right? I defended the fuck out of push-ups. I like push-ups. I still fuck with Drop and Give Me 50. Understand? I'm gonna listen to that motherfucker today after I finish this video. I'm gonna listen to them bitches back to back. I'm gonna listen to push-ups and then I'm gonna play motherfucking Euphoria. Cause I still haven't ran them simultaneously to see, okay, back to back, which one hits harder. Right? But I don't know, man. I feel like these bros is playing it safe, man. I think they giving us industry talk, man.
It was a good record that we waited a while for. We didn't wait a while for a good record.
Sometimes if you wait, you still can pop off. The Oracle came out 2 years late, 4 years late. Shit was hot. Sometimes when you wait, it's still hot though. You waited a couple years to drop
The Oracle was hard. Euphoria is harder than the Oracle though. Let's be fucking clear.
No, that's a good conversation.
Yeah, so how come when you waited, your shit was still hot though? How does that work? How does that work though?
The way it works is the way it works. Like, I mean, you know us because you had so much ammunition on me. I had to wait until you say everything you could say.
I ran out.
I said, this is the last thing this nigga did. I said, this nigga killing.
Yo, I woke up and niggas, I missed mad phone call. They like, yo, Murder just dropped a bomb. I said, I heard it. Everybody in my crew panicking. I said, you remember it's a part in Training Day when Denzel threw the nigga was arguing with Hoyt.
Yeah.
And then nigga pulled the gun out on Hoyt. I felt like, I said, nobody said nothing. I said, that's the shoot I know right there. That was a good one. So I was just wondering, because it wasn't Euphoria, wasn't the Oracle, but the Oracle waited. But
no, it's just like when you did Curtis or you did, Paul Suck It or Not. It's a certain thing you gotta have in a record that Kendrick doesn't have in his record.
Okay.
Like,
you gotta school these niggas. Tell me how it go, man.
Like, you gotta say something that make niggas look at the nigga different. You know what I'm saying? And when he did.
So saying we don't want to hear you say nigga no more, don't make nobody look at him different, because I definitely see people looking at Drake differently. When niggas start talking about, you don't know nothing about that. Waking my kid up in the morning. You don't know nothing about that. Like, it may not be brand new information, but it's a new angle on the conversation, because it's like, okay, yeah, we see Drake has embraced his child to a degree, but is he really like a super active father? We don't know. You don't know nothing about that. So I think that leans into that. I mean, there's so much there for the track to be called Euphoria. And we know what that show is all about. And we know that Drake is an executive producer on that record. I think that definitely made a few people go, ooh, wow, didn't think of that. I think that when you introduce the whole have you paid $500,000 on an open case, and then people actually start revealing that Drake has dropped nearly $350,000 or whatever that total was, in another case where he was accused of SA and he settled out of court to get them shits shut down, right? So then it's like, oh wow, that's what he was talking about. He's paid over $500K to shut down some SA allegations. Looks at him different. When niggas start talking about, I make records that electrify them, you pacify them, and people start looking into the pacifier a little different, because he said I could double down on that, but I'll save you those random acts of kindness. I think some people are looking at the situation differently. But again, I feel like everybody's got their biases, right? And I'm sure people are in the comments right now, especially the Drake lovers, like, you biased as hell right now, nigga. You just glazing Kendrick. I'm just being honest about what I'm hearing. When Drake told Kendrick to drop and give me 50, and he started insinuating that Kendrick was in an extortion deal, I said, hey, let us find out. We would love to know. That's a valid question. That's a valid punch. Makes people start looking at things differently, but I'm like, I don't know. That don't sound right. Even having a 50-50 split with your label, that makes sense on a musical level. That's a deal that most people don't have.
When he did I don't want to hear you say nigga, it was like that was a pause, an angle we already heard before.
Yeah.
No different than when you said Curtis. Like,
yeah, like, oh shit is like, bro. And I was talking to somebody. I'm not saying this rap beef going on right now is not interesting and something entertaining, but
yeah.
you know, when we was doing rap, this is not just me and you, I'm just saying in general, people have the potential to die, like literally, or seriously hurt. And I just don't feel that in these battles. And I'm not promoting that somebody got hurt. I'm happy that somebody might not. Nobody will get hurt. Hopefully nobody will.
Yeah.
But it just felt like dangerous. This doesn't feel like dangerous atmosphere to me. And it's entertaining to listen to, but
I think, and I'm not co-signing the dangerous aspect of anything, but I feel like Cam is definitely underestimating that West Coast connection. I think Cam is definitely underestimating. Yeah, Kendrick done left TDE. It seemed like he would be on an island by himself. But we saw on that record, he called Top out and said, hey, the fuck these niggas talking about? The family's still solid. Niggas told y'all that from the jizz. When he left, they said we still family. This is for life. So we always gonna have Dot back. If you see Punch on Twitter the last couple days, you see J-Rock on Twitter the last couple days, you'll see the ones that's down is still down. And we already know who they affiliated with. I don't think nobody wants to see that happen. Right? And of course, Drake, he has people he can call. I mean, it seems like Game is more, and I'm talking about the rapper Game. He's more on Drake's side than Kendrick these days. So they both got some phone calls that they can make if that ever was needed. But that's not what we need in this space. We don't need to see nobody getting their ass slapped, stomped, shot, or killed. We don't need none of that shit. We don't need to see TMZ showing up at nobody talking about they going to the hospital, they in the ER, critical condition. We don't need no shit like that in this rap shit right now. That will fuck up a lot of bags for a lot of people and fuck up some lives that's just unnecessary. We don't need that shit. So, oh yeah, you know, back when we was doing it, it just felt dangerous. Yeah, because y'all niggas, do you not understand? Y'all was dissing niggas that lived probably 35 minutes away from you. Yeah, it hits different. You New York niggas was all in the same spaces. It was very New York centric when y'all had the ball. So y'all were going to the same award shows. Y'all were going to the same fucking venues, touring together, navigating. Okay, I'm going to fucking Philly this weekend. This nigga gonna be leaving out the airport when I get there. What's gonna happen? Right? Shit like that. Niggas is frequenting the same restaurants, pulling up in Jimmy's Cafe and all this type shit that Fat Joe used to be talking about. Like, that's when y'all had the belt. Y'all had the ball. Y'all was in these boroughs that ain't all that far from each other. Far enough, but not all that far. So, yeah, it would seem dangerous because everybody got 50 niggas that could just hop in a fucking van. Of course, you're not putting 50 niggas in a van. But I'm just saying, couple vans in the neighborhood, niggas just ride out and go find niggas. Yeah, that does feel dangerous. Y'all don't got it no more. Hip hop is opened up just like when just like the world opened back up post-pandemic, okay? The shit that y'all niggas used to do and expect is long gone. And for better.
That's what I say, you know, like Niggas start off the record. First off, fuck you and the bitch you claim, nigga.
Yeah.
You know,
it took like a minute for him to get into his record, so I was like, oh,
yeah, you
maybe
know
he got something else, you know?
Yeah, like when you
and I'm not swaying the narrative, you know, because they probably think we're OVO.
No. I'm not picking sides. The reason why we're holding Kendrick Lamar to such a high standard because we believe he's one of the greatest lyricists out for this generation.
Yeah.
So that's the reason we're holding him to a high standard because I think he's, you know, arguably for this generation one of the best lyricists. Niggas who don't necessarily care about riding the beat, pause all the time, but he can do it as well. He makes good records as well. So.
All right. So that's Cam and Mase and their assessment of the situation. And I respect them. I have a great deal of respect to them. Grew up listening to those guys. Definitely there's elements in my rap cadence and rap flow and things that I put together lyrically that come from those guys. So everyone that's got something to say, I have a level of respect for. Even Gillie, right? Even Ross. His production bit stellar, right? There's elements of everyone that me as a hip-hop fan, a hip-hop student, an artist, I've pulled from. So I'm not dissing nobody, but I'm being objective with everything that's crossing my desk, right? Now, I do want to get into the Joe Budden podcast, and they had a pretty deep dive that they went into on their show. And that's what they do on the Joe Budden podcast is when the music drops, when the disses drop, they go in. And of course, I know some people over here, my insiders, they're not always tuned in with Joe Budden and them, don't always agree or like what he has to say or his cast of characters on the show. Hell, I don't either. You know what I'm saying? But they're an entertaining group, and some of their thoughts are just microcosms of bigger, larger groups of people that echo these same thoughts. So it's always nice to hear other perspectives. Of course, we know we've got the niggas on Twitter, niggas on Instagram, Facebook, and you got those folks. But I like hearing from people that are tenured, and you can at least look up how long you've been affiliated with hip hop for me to even acknowledge your opinion. That's just me, right? And I do also want to address before we get into that, there's some things being revealed in this song that's just, the layers just keep growing, right? Drake was asking about Kendrick's splits on Drop and Give Me 50 and all that good shit. Well, Euphoria is now on streaming. It was only on YouTube yesterday. And when you go on streaming, you see 2024. Let me pull it up for you. Let me pull it up for you. So as y'all can see, 2024 Kendrick Lamar under exclusive license to Interscope Records. This ain't a PG Lang release. This ain't no TDE release. This ain't no motherfucking Aftermath release. No splits. Kendrick Lamar straight to Interscope. Nobody eating off this shit. And when you have a licensing deal, be clear, a licensing deal is where you bring the music, you put up the upfront costs, you put up everything, and they get a portion of a percentage by you allowing them to license your music through their company, right? And you get the majority, the lion's share of the profits because it's yours. And when you do a licensing situation, that means that you don't own it. So after a certain amount of years, that ownership will revert back to the original owner, aka Kendrick Lamar. So you want to see my contract, nigga? Have a gander at it. It's just me. Nigga, fuck the big three. Nigga, it's just big me. Takes on new meaning. Ooh, shit. Now, there's other stuff, as y'all can see my bookmarks here. I've got this whole little thread here. The intro is Richard Pryor saying everything they say about me is true from the Wiz when they found out he was a fraud. So basically, that everything they say about me is true thing is kind of putting the mirror or the light on Drake as a fraud. Like, you've been out here talking about your powers and how big you are, how great you are. Yeah, okay. Now we're exposing everything that they saying about you is true. Right? That you's a motherfucking lame. And that's from Kendrick's perspective. Because I don't feel like Drake is a bad artist or that he doesn't deserve to be heard or nothing like that. But in the heat of the battle, this is how it goes. So from there, there's the whole Crody thing. We got this coming from Drake.
All the cats in the background too. That's a good look. Yeah, that's my cat right there.
Maybe for all the, I mean, you did it for all the dogs. Maybe
This is
next,
for all the cats.
This is for all the cats.
Yeah, that's my cat's name is Crody.
We have a cat as well. Karate?
Crody.
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 Co.
You gotta say it like that though. Crody.
Crody.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Cheers. Cheers to Crody.
So there's that from Drake speaking on his cat Crody, a Bengal. So there's people that are interpreting that as you got your pet cat named Crody, right? Which would be interpreted from street slang as a pussy. So instead of saying, don't speak on the family, pussy, it's don't speak on the family, Crody. So, I don't know, man. Then you got the Pet Cemetery line from Like That. People are trying to put all that stuff together. Like, hey, this is a continuation of the Pet Cemetery. We're going to kill your fucking cat, your Bengal. Because he did say, don't speak on the family, Crody. And some other shit. What do you say? Somebody going to bleed in your family? Something to that extent. So it might not even be an actual family member. We gonna John Wick your ass with your cat. Good Lord. This is all speculation though. Now, somebody who is backing up Drake is his dear friend Nicki Minaj. It wasn't too long ago that people were trying to say that Nicki don't fuck with him. He don't fuck with Nicki. He don't step in and defend her. He don't do all this stuff. He showed up at her show a couple weeks ago in the stands, didn't come out. But then you also have Nicki brought him out last night at her show in Toronto, showing some solidarity, which I thought was nice. And the weird thing about it is there's people that are dissatisfied at the fact that she brought this nigga out. You got one person here saying if only he supported her as much as she supports him. The support would be coming out to your show. I came to watch you perform and I came out on stage at your shit. Where you been at when it come to my shit? That's how I would look at it. Someone said she too fucking forgiving for me. She's loyal to him. I wish it was the other way around. Come on, man. What are y'all talking about? She loves him so much, yet he would never do the same for her. She deserves better. Do y'all not remember how much this nigga loved Nicki? That was his first industry crush that never got fulfilled. Not to say that he should be holding that over her head, but to say he don't love her because he ain't backing her up on everything she fucking does or says is just lunacy. He need her now, SMH. How the fuck does he need Nicki when he's still killing shit? He's still on the top of the game, not just in one particular part of the genre, but the entirety of it. So I don't know about that. Nicki, have you learned nothing? Where was he back in 2018 through 2020? Where was she back in 2018 through 2020? What the fuck are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? So, there's that. I guess Young Money reunion is over with. Never gonna happen. Wayne is off doing whatever the fuck he want to do, trying to keep his scalp moisturized for them dreads. And we wish all of them the best. All right. Now let's get into the JBP and their assessment of this new record and the Drake Kendrick back and forth.
I'm like, y'all with this clock shit.
You did?
Get that clock shit the fuck out of here, because whenever Kendrick drops, y'all are gonna be right here doing the same shit we about to do.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
With no further ado, man, right?
Fuck it.
Euphoria.
God damn. Okay.
Mark this little shit.
Euphoria. We can't have that.
Now,
We can't play that record on here. We're going to have to do some fast forwardization on this motherfucker, man. And for somebody who asked me why I don't play music on this channel, I've explained this multiple times, like multiples of multiples. But I'll humor you. You know, you're probably new here. So, we don't play copyrighted music on the channel because labels own the music and they file copyrights, right? So this is where you have a few options on the table, right? Sometimes, like some of y'all noticed a couple weeks ago, I put a video up that included some copyrighted music and they fucking blocked my shit, period. Couldn't even put it up on YouTube at all. I had it up. Next 1 minute it was there, 1 minute it wasn't. I had to go ahead and go behind the scenes and delete the fucking music out, let YouTube do its thing. Couple minutes later, it was back up. We don't like playing those types of games. Then you have people that utilize music that don't monetize their channel. They may have big followings, but they just do YouTube because they enjoy it and don't want to make any money off of it. This is my full-time gig. I do music. I do YouTube. I write songs for TV and film. I write songs for people that need help. I consult with artists that need a little bit of help behind the scenes. This is my life. So we ain't doing no free shit over here. Period. Okay? Then there's people that elect to do shared revenue, right? This is where you can split the proceeds from your videos and you can actually allow the artist and their label to share profits with you. Now, I hate to break the mechanics and the business of YouTube down, but YouTube already takes a percentage of your shit off rip. It's just like a distribution fee, right? The fact that you're even able to make money off their advertising partnerships, they take a nice bit. So if that's already getting cut and I want to put a video up playing Kendrick Lamar's song, and then they say me and Kendrick and his team are going to split that 50-50 when YouTube's already getting a cut, that effectively takes money out of my pocket from doing things for my family, my child. It makes no sense when I could just talk about the record, go through the lyrics, break it down, talk to y'all, have a great conversation, have fun, and go back to doing whatever the fuck I want to do. So I like to explain things because I do believe in a certain level of transparency. Not that everybody needs to know everything about everyone, but these are standard procedures. You can look this stuff up and you can actually find the percentages and the breakdown of how that goes. But it's not favorable for the creators, if I must say so myself. It gives you a way that you can, if this is not your primary thing. If you do YouTube on the side and you're just happy with whatever you get from the extras, salute. That's not how it works over here. Everything is a business for me, and if the business ain't clicking, I'm clicking off. Thank you very much. I hope you understand. All right, now let's get back to the JBP. All right, we skipped forward and got this shit right.
That's a smooth start.
How y'all feel about the start?
I like that.
I love that.
I like that.
I didn't. I like what he said, but I'm like, if this is what you're doing, and you
thought the whole record was going to
sound
like
I was like,
that?
please don't give me this whole record. Like
Now
we
this
waited.
sounds like an interlude.
It was.
Yeah,
I like how it sounds.
of course it was.
But
It
now
makes-
that you know it wasn't that, how do you feel about it?
Perfect intro.
It makes me want to hear more.
Perfect setup.
It's
Where
fly.
you going? He
Yes.
telling you what I'm about to do. Yeah. What the party's talking about. Yes, it's you.
Hey, Drake fan, mute up right now, nigga. It ain't even about Drake right now.
All right, once again, they start trying to play music. We gotta be nimble on these motherfuckers, man.
Bet too.
Oh.
Think he said something on there in the bet. You made owe this man $5, nigga. Give him
Right.
two.
We vibing.
The guys that smoke.
Yeah, we vibing. You wanted him to drop. He dropped. He's here.
They keep trying to play this fucking song, man.
Love this beat.
Fire.
so much.
Love the beat too.
This is one of the first times I've seen Drake lose a war in
On the
beats.
beat, yeah. Well, the Tupac beat was fire.
Yeah, you guys were
That beat
like
was fire.
drooling
I
over
love
that
that beat.
shit.
You was way behind at that point. You was way behind by the time that Tupac beat came out, and the AI shit kind of neutralizes that.
Yeah,
It
I still like the beat. I don't care.
I like the beat.
Yeah,
I did like that.
We've never seen him get beat up on.
It's hard for Drake to go get a beat better than that. Like that beat.
I don't think so.
I don't
You
think
crazy.
so. Though.
Drake can get a beat.
I don't think so,
from
though.
damn near
I'm
anybody.
not saying he can't, but that beat is something different.
It's amazing, for sure.
That's
go
a
get
different beat,
some
bro.
of them.
All right, it's time to pay Tay Keith to sit down for 60 days and come up with something.
He has 60 days to reply.
Man, go lock yourself in a room somewhere and find some shit.
And all
These niggas keep coming with the goddamn song. Y'all finna get my shit knocked off.
In a room somewhere and find some shit.
and all
That bum over the TikTok. They changing clothes to it, y'all. I'm such a bird. Hey, the bad bitches changing clothes to that little bum. They going from daytime to night. Ow.
Hello, okay, you're the island right here. It's remote, okay. I ain't thinking.
Yeah, we gonna have to stop this shit, man. These niggas is really trying to play this fucking record. All right, we finally gonna get to the conversation.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, that's how you do it, nigga.
God damn.
I'm
This was
enjoying.
good.
I'm enjoying both sides, but I got Kendrick up.
Yeah.
The boogeyman.
Taylor Made was great to me. Push Ups was cool. Like that was amazing.
That's why I still have Kendrick up.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, I think it's the reverse. Actually, I think Kendrick made the two better songs. Like Drake is the song guy.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick made the two better songs.
Outsonging the song guys.
Huh?
Outsonging the song guys.
No, I'm saying
impressive.
Way impressive.
I said it. I said it before. It feels like Kendrick stay scheming Drake with a diss record feature verse that you are going to hear everywhere, no matter what. Like that record is really that. You can't run from it. Like that is still the reason why I got it.
I really don't even see how the Drake stands could have him up judging by the product.
You can't. They got him up because Kendrick didn't respond. That's why. So they were playing the clock game. Yo, you took the jab out here with the record.
Ain't no shot clock.
And nothing. Yeah, I'm
And
that's why.
And what the power jab does is put all pressure back on the opponent to deliver upon whatever you said.
Yes.
I'm gonna hit harder than whatever that shit is you did, and hard enough to where I can stand in this and be prepared for what's to come. So y'all are right. Drake said all that. Yo, I got some shit. I'm waiting. Pop out. Boogeyman, where you at? I'm looking. He popped out.
He did.
And I respect the 6 minute plus. You know I respect 6 minutes and more.
And did it with hooks in between though.
Yeah, found something. I hate the way that you talk, the way that you dress, nigga. What? I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. Yeah, niggas just get in the booth and be honest.
Nigga told him his piece. As long as you keep making the shit that make me do this, we good.
Damn.
It's P. Like you ain't got no problem, but you keep talking tough. I'm gonna show you tough.
All right, so that's the guys on the JBP. Their assessment of the record, they say that Kendrick's up 2-0. I don't know. Well, I guess, maybe. Like That is definitely a dub. And I mean a dub as in a W, as in a point. I feel like if you compare Like That verse to Push Ups, the impact of Like That is definitely unavoidable. You can't overlook it. It's in the clubs. It's right back at number one. The shit been out for damn near a whole month. And it's been number one since then. So I guess you kind of gotta put it there. It jumped everything off. It's something you're gonna have to live with and hear probably for a long time. You know what I mean? It's gonna have that type of shelf life where even when the beef dies down, the song is going to get played. I think that's a win. Push Ups, I think that was a very strong one. It had potential to be a point, but the way that this matchup is panning out with the chronological order of the music. It's tough to say because I like push-ups a lot. But if that's the response, then I guess push-ups takes the L. If we're lining them up like that. Then tailor-made freestyle is cleared from the record because he had to wipe it off because of Tupac's estate. It don't even count, which it wasn't all that great of a record. It was mid to begin with. I liked the antics. I liked the poking of the bear, so to speak. I liked that he was being confident and, you know, like, hey, nigga, I'm out here. I'm outside, nigga. You finally got me outside, nigga. Don't act like you ain't trying to come out today. Don't act like you playing your PlayStation, nigga. Bring your ass outside so we can settle this shit. I liked that energy from Drake, even though he was being playful on that one. So I don't even know if I can't even count it as a 2-0 because I don't even count tailor-made freestyle. The best way that I can match this up for it to be legit is if we take Like That versus push-ups and and Like That gets the edge. And for some people, they might feel like push-ups gets the edge. I don't care either way. Then we get Euphoria, and that's going to be lined up against whatever Drake comes back with. That's the correct way, in my estimation, on how to do this. We're not adding first-person shooter to the diss. You know what I mean? That shit was sitting around for months. Nobody even knew what was going on till Kendrick came out and addressed it. So I don't feel like that counts. It's not even active in this year. You know what I mean? That came out last year. Fuck it. So we just got to see what Drake does. There's people out there that believe he's going to fire back before the end of the week. He might let out that so-called nuke that he actually had in the tuck. We don't know. I'm interested to see what everybody has in the tuck. I'm interested to hear whatever niggas feel like they can reveal about each other. As long as it doesn't go too far where niggas feel like they got to see each other at Rolling Loud, which neither one of them would pretty much go to anyway. But you know these big-ass festivals niggas be going to and shit. Glastonbury and shit. So as long as it remains peaceful and niggas can keep it straight up on wax, I'm here for it all. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I see it. I feel like this is a very strong entry into the battle. And Drake can't half-ass it. He can't play around. He can't do none of that humorous. Let me do a voice. Let me do an AI. That's out the game now. That shit's over with. You're going to have to come with some real shit. You have to come with some real facts. And you're going to have to bring some legit bars. If these guys continue to battle, I think we're going to hear less about how hard the beats are. And niggas is going to have to get to the lyrics. Niggas is going to really have to be like, all right. You know, Kendrick may even have to tone down some of the vocal performance and just get to just barring up crazy shit. And whatever, if he starts digging up personals and starts digging up real truth, we need that as this thing continues, because the theater element is going to get old for a lot of people. At some point, just like in battle rap, the theater element took over for a long time. Niggas was bringing coffins. Niggas was putting all type of crazy shit up on the screen. And it was kind of replacing what you had to say in the actual battle, in the actual rhymes. And that kind of started swaying the crowd's opinion to where if you didn't have those antics or you didn't have a crazy slogan when you came out on stage, you didn't have your swag a certain way, niggas was gonna boo you, niggas was gonna be quiet when you said certain shit, even if your raps was hot. But then at a certain point, it's like, you know, we do gotta get back to the elements of the rap. Like, we come here to hear good bars. We don't come here for goddamn, we want to be entertained, but not at the expense of actual quality, right? So that's what I've got for y'all. The industry is speaking. Everybody is a buzz right now. And I don't see these guys backing down anytime soon because both of them are going to defend their honor. I think the pressure is on Drake to see if he can sway public opinion or create some sort of real doubt when it comes to Kendrick and his validity. And we haven't seen that yet. So that's what's going to be interesting to see what angle he tries to play up on his next entry. All right. That's what I got for y'all today. Much love and respect. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. Of course, you know I'll be back tomorrow with more content. Might even have some more today. I'm not sure. We'll see where the day takes us. But this is what we've got so far. And again, I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. I'm going to see y'all in a little bit. Much love and respect. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.